Yeah, that's...
Because I think Rikers Island holds up about 11,000 people.
That's an insane amount. Bro, I can't wrap my head around. That's an insane amount of people.
That's literally an entire jail.
Wow.
8,064 people.
Wow, Biden.
And I don't even know who these people... Well, other than family, I don't know who the other people are.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. I gotta look into that to see if they got the... Wow, that's really crazy. And then, you know, again...
Tell me that's not corruption.
I don't know why I do this to myself.
Tell me that's not corruption, bro.
I was watching The View and they was talking about that.
Yo, I don't know how you watch that show, bro.
I don't know why I do it.
I don't know why you do that to yourself, man. Like,
damn, Sonny Houston. Like, yeah, I don't have a problem with Biden pardoning his family. I'm like, here we go. Nothing. She can't criticize nothing on the... I'm like, there is no way everything they do is right. No way. There are things, bro. I could come up here and say like, yo, this is why I don't agree with Trump. Like the January 6th parties, like even some of that, like, all right, Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, if those people committed violent acts against police officer and, you know, destroyed those public property, their asses better be locked up. So to give a blanket pardon, I'm like, nah, I don't agree with that. I understand some people were, you know...
They just showed up and they was walking or whatever.
And they got jailed. You know, I can understand that, like, yeah, they don't need to be... They deserve to be freed. But this to give a blanket pardon, I can criticize people who I voted for. But the fact that some people can't, like, man, it really got me thinking, like, yo, are they being paid? It really got me thinking, like, they have to be getting paid. It makes no sense. But yeah, but go ahead, bro.
Absolutely makes no sense. No, I mean, I agree with you on that January 6th thing. I don't think everybody should have been pardoned. I know there was people in there that was attacking the police that were, you know, going in there to say, yeah, you know, just like the BLM movement. But what's interesting is, though, the people who did all the riots and all of that destruction of a lot of cities that caused billions and billions and billions of dollars in repairs, none of them got locked up.
That's what I was going to say, too. So that's the thing. That's why, even though I don't agree with it.
And I don't agree with the way they handled themselves during that. But was there any pardons or anything given out for the Black Lives Matter protesters?
I remember, like, celebrities donating money for bail. See, this is the thing. This is the thing why I'm like, you got to hold both parties accountable. If you're going to criticize Trump for pardoning the January 6th rioters, you should have criticized what Kamala Harris was saying and did during the time of people burning businesses in Minnesota. Police stations, precincts were getting burned down. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be the same energy towards those people that they should still be locked up today. That's like a 10, 20, 30-year sentence in my book.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you was in agreement then, but in a disagreement now, I don't want to hear shit from you. It should be all across the board. You committed a violent act, you destroyed public property, burning down buildings and all that shit, you deserve to be locked up. So I'm looking at it as like, Trump was like, listen, y'all was on the side of those BLM rioters for burning down police precincts and all of that. So you shouldn't have a problem with me wanting to stick up for my people. And not saying that's not corrupt. That is a level of corruption and I don't agree with it, but it's like, you was on the side of these people. It's like, so it's like, you stick up for your people, he's sticking up for his people. So it's like, I don't know.
You can't be mad at it. You can't really be mad at it. It's like, hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
That's just how it works.
That's just how cookie crumbles. But damn, there's like so much more stuff. All right, I want to get into one of the specific executive orders that Trump did, and that was a birthright.
Okay, yeah.
So he signed an executive order to stop the birthright, meaning that if two illegal immigrants come in here, whether one is illegal, one is legal, I don't know really how that really works, but if they have a child is born on American soil, they're now a U.S. citizen, and it gives the parents the right to stay. Or proves a case in court for them to stay. because their child was born here. Now, for me, like I thought about this one, and it's a hard thing for me to say.
It is.
It's a really hard thing for me to say because that's how this country was kind of really founded. Like that's how you have so many immigrants here, generations on generations. You know, you talk about the Ellis Island, people coming during that time coming into New York, having kids. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's a hard thing for me to say, and I think it's being abused with this border being open.
That's why he signed it.
And that's what I'm thinking. And now I'm really trying to think a step ahead of him right now is that Congress is going to shut that down.
Yeah, I don't think that's... I've always said because that's a part of the Constitution.
Yeah, it's part of the Constitution. They're going to shut it down. But I feel like he's pushing that just to make it be known. Like, all right, if you come in here to do that, just go back home.
Because the thing, when people were crossing the border, women were coming in pregnant. There were women who were coming in pregnant looking like they're about to pop. Gave birth on U.S. soil, boom, American citizen. So it's the same thing as we were talking about with the sanctuary city thing. We understand why it was founded and why it's put in place, but when it's abused, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. That's why I have a hard time. And like, it's a part of the Constitution. So it's like, what are you really going to do about it? And like you said, that's how America was founded. But this 4-year period of having a crisis at the border showed a lot of people like how it's being abused. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that has to be fixed. It's some way it has to be fixed. There is no way you got pregnant women wobbling across the border
just to pop out a baby.
Just to pop out a baby. Like, that's...
Stay here now.
It's like, that's not right. That's an abuse of
That's abusing the policy.
Yeah, that's abusing the policy. So it's like, there have to be something in place to make sure that doesn't happen, but I don't know how you fix it.
You know, it's tightening the loopholes.
Yeah.
All the loopholes are going to make it, more, strict. And I feel now that is going to make it even more complicated for, a situation where, like in Ukraine, where people were coming here, because of their country was under attack, seeking refuge, right? And they have kids. And then now they can say, oh, well, since my country is still in war, going under a war with Russia, now that my kid is a citizen, can I just stay here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get that. Like, I get those options. They still have the option to go back afterwards. But it's like, now it's going to make it tougher for them. It's going to say, okay, well, you got to, I don't know, you have to make X amount of money. You have to do X, whatever the stipulations may be. But it makes it that much harder for those people and making it more difficult when they're in a moment of distress. You see what I'm saying? When someone's in distress, you don't want to overcomplicate the process.
Right.
And like for the illegal immigrants that's coming in, it's like you're just fleeing your country and coming here because we have an open border. You're not in distress. You're not in any of that. You're just coming here because the border is open and you want to allegedly come and live a better life. And now you want to have a child here so you can stay here.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of seeking asylum. You have to be in some sort of distress. Countries at war, you're in immediate danger. But again, people was abusing that policy because, like you said, just because the border is open, like, all right, let me just pack my bags and just go.
We have people from China coming, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all over the damn world, terrorists coming in. And it's like, we can't allow everybody to just pop in here, abuse the law, the law, and expect, oh yeah, there's no problem. All the people that's coming in here are good people.
Nah, that's not how it works.
But what one thing I just don't get too is like, how would you feel if when you go to work, you every day you gotta buy somebody lunch? regardless if you ate lunch.
I'm like, get the hell up out my face. I'm like, hell no.
And that's my thing. Like, nobody would want to do that.
Right.
Because it's directly coming out of your pocket and paying for someone else to eat. When you got to eat, you got a family, you got bills, you got responsibilities. Same thing with the taxes. All of our tax money is going to these people that just came here just because, hey, yo, I can be up in a luxury hotel in Manhattan and get fed, get all that. I'm actually a criminal in my past country, blah, 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 blah. And I'm here and I'm living a life. And I can go to Chicago if I wanted to. I can just go to Pennsylvania if I wanted to. I can go to Virginia if I wanted to. Nobody's stopping me. They have no restrictions.
Yeah.
They could go to damn near Hawaii if they wanted to. And that's not right. We shouldn't be paying for that. And now when ICE is running around locking these people up, people want to get mad.
I don't know why. I don't
get it, bro. It's not right.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know. It's not right. Everything you said is spot on. But I just think maybe we got to give it time. Once we give it time and people see the positive impact on the country, then, they'll say, hey, okay, maybe he was right all along. But, I don't know, man. It's mind-boggling to me. And, I keep telling myself I'm going to stop stressing over it, but I'm in New York. Everybody around me.
Look, I done stopped. After I seen, okay, the administration is doing something for this migrant crisis, I was like, okay, at least something was in place. At least they said something was in place. Whether or not they're doing it or not, at least it's going to be hard for me to tell. I got to give it time, like you said, to actually see it. Mm-hmm. But the mere fact that something is in place for it is a bit more reassuring. Because under Biden, there was nothing in place.
There was nothing.
The woman that caught on fire, who did the crime? An illegal migrant.
Yeah.
She could have been alive today.
Super crazy.
But you see, that's the thing. People don't care because it didn't happen to them personally. You see what I'm saying? If it was their family or some criminal came in and R-word somebody or their family member, yeah, they will care. But if it didn't happen to them, they don't care. And you never know. This is New York. You could be next.
Yeah.
You could be on the train. You could be next. You can walk down the block and you be next. You don't know. You don't fucking know. And people just don't grasp that point. Sad, man.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you know what else I want to touch on too, just on Inauguration weekend. So, bro, let me ask you: you think Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Soulja Boy, they coons, Rick Ross? What's your opinion on them?
Nah, they coons. They coons. I'm gonna say they coons because they probably the same ones when Trump was first running. They call him racist, F him,
well,
F
Snoop
that.
Dogg got a video on that. You saw his video?
No, I didn't see it.
Snoop Dogg literally, and when Trump was first elected, he literally said, "Oh, I wonder who's gonna perform for Trump. Who's the coon to do it? Who's the one that said yes, master?" That's why Snoop is being more criticized than the others, because when Trump's first term, you literally call everybody a coon and disrespect everybody who wanted to like support Trump. But now his second term, you turn around and want to perform, at his inauguration.
All these celebrities are coons, man. I don't take any of them seriously except 50 Cent. But all of them is freaking coons. Like, I thought it was weak. I thought it was low, especially for these people that's running around like, discrediting Trump or whatever the case is. Look, I don't give a shit about Trump or anybody, but again, I respect the man. He won.
Wait, so you don't like the performing there?
I don't like the fact that they performed there.
Wait, why not?
Because my thing is, again, like you said with Snoop Dogg,
Oh, well, with Snoop. But what about the others?
The others, Rick Ross and them, I mean, his career is over. Nelly, I mean, they just chasing the bag. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, I feel I would think they're not there for unity. I wouldn't say that they're there for unity. They're there to make their money and walk out. Soulja Boy's broke. Okay? He's broke. Rick Ross, he's going broke. Snoop Dogg, he's a hypocrite right now. Like,
so what's different from them just performing at any other concert for money?
It makes no difference for Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and them performing for Kamala Harris. It's like they're not politically aligned with nothing. They have no backbone with nothing, right? But they're only doing it for a bag. They're only doing it for the money. And then when a news reporter called out Nelly for it, he was like, "Oh, I'm not into politics like that. I'm just trying to put on a show, this, that, and the third." And it's like, we know you're into politics. We know that some way, somehow, it affects your money, whether or not you get taxed heavily or whatever policy passes and making it more difficult for you to make bread. Like, they are politically aligned. You can't be that rich and not know what the hell is going on.
Do you think they Trump supporters?
They are Trump supporters. They have to be. I will tell you, the first time around, they were not.
Oh, yeah, definitely we're not.
They were not. But then it's just super hypocritical how it turned around. Like, now you on the stage dancing for them.
But to be fair, don't you think, just like most of Americans flip their mind, do you think it's fine if they...
No, it's fine. It's fine if they vote for them. But then to run around and go perform for somebody, it's like, okay, because you the hot shit right now, I'm going to go take your bag and perform for you. Because you got to remember, everything is about optics. If it was Kamala Harris that won, they still would have danced for her. Trump won, they still going to dance for him. So it's like, where is their political line at? That means they didn't really fucking care to begin with. He's like, oh, this is the dude that won. We want the optics to look good for black people to be supporting Trump, whether or not they actually believe that or not. They just dare get in the bag and then they're going to go about their day.
I think...
And not to cut you, as far as American voters, the people who voted for Trump, who voted for Biden first time and then voted for Trump the second time, that's fine to me. Because it's, you voted for Biden, you got shitted on. Right? He shitted on you. He lied to you. You got nothing done. You're worse off than you were before he came in, right? Mm-hmm. Now you're like, okay, I learned my lesson. Now I'm voting different. That's your power that you use to say, I'm voting different because this guy did not do shit for me or the country for the last 4 years. Now I'm going to give somebody else a turn. I get that. But to be an entertainer, to say, oh, F Trump, right? And if you publicly come out and say F Trump, and then now you spin around and you're dancing for him on the stage, there's no better definition of coonery than that.
But I don't...
Because there's money tied to it. People are not getting paid to vote.
But the difference between this, though, is like, okay, I understand what you're saying. It's like, with Snoop, I can't really defend what he said. Even though I think people reserve the right to change their mind, but it's like, there's a video out there publicly of you dissing Trump and basically calling people coons to perform for him. And then, 4 years later, I guess that's not 4 years later, but 8 years later, you come around and perform for him. I think you may have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. Soulja Boy came out and said publicly, too, like, F Kamala Harris, he didn't offer me nothing. Trump paid me a bag. I'm going to go perform for him. Nelly came out with, like, I'm just showing, respect to the president. And, this is their art form, so this is the way that they can show their respect. Because by performing here, I think Nelly was right in a sense of, I'm not persuading nobody's mind. It's not like on an election trail. If I'm performing at Kamala Harris campaign rally, that means I'm saying vote Kamala. Or if I'm performing at Donald Trump's campaign rally, I'm saying performing for Donald Trump. It's like, this is the president now. I'm not saying, for you to vote for him or for you to whatever. He's here. So it's like in his way, the way he was explaining it, for him to show his respect to perform at a presidential inauguration, that's, I think that's a great honor. The same way how I think with the HBCU, the band came over there and performed and did a great job at the president's inauguration. I don't think they're coons. I just think that's a great honor to go there.
No, but you got to remember when Trump was president, he gave grants and money to those HBCUs as well.
He did.
So
nobody want to talk about that.
Yeah, all right, but they had a reason to go. You see what I'm saying? Like that means they even though whoever the administration for those schools where they may not like the guy, but they still went in the room and had a conversation. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I have to give respect to Eric Adams for. Is like, okay, he's not in your party, but you still went in the room and you still had a conversation with him. You still sat down with Tom Homan about your immigration, illegal immigration issue that you're having, right? You may not align on everything, but at least you're getting something done that helps you. So I can't blame the schools for that. But for Rick Ross, who has said F Trump as well, and for Snoop Dogg that called out Trump as well, for those two guys specifically to come on the stage and to be dancing is very hypocritical, especially it's just for the bag. Now, Soulja Boy, you said he came out and said, oh, Kamala Harris didn't offer him nothing, so he's going to go with Trump. Again, he's only looking at money. He's broke. He don't got nothing. So he's one of those dudes that's going with the flow. Like, I don't have a backbone. If you're going to give me some dollars, I'm going to dance for you. Right? Nelly, on the other hand, I don't believe what he said because I think I would highly believe, because he's black. He's in the entertainment industry. And we know all the black dudes, all the black rappers, and all of them was like F Trump. And I can guarantee you he was on that bandwagon as well. But he was not one of the people that came out publicly and said so. That's all speculation. That's what I'm saying. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's optics is how it looks. You could have just said, you know what? I'm going to turn down that bag, but I'm going to still respect the president. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to run and take the money, that means, oh, you're on his team. Because he's paying you. Meg Thee Stallion and them went on her campaign trail.
But I think it's different from Meg Thee Stallion because they're not influencing you to go one way or the other. The game is done. The stage is set.
No, the stage is set, but it's like at the time of them, okay, I'm going to be real. Do I think Meg Thee Stallion cares who's the president? No, because she's going to be rich either way.
Right.
Right? To me, Kamala Harris, offer her a bag. She's going to take the bag and she's going to say, vote for Kamala, blah, 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 twerk on the stage. She's going to go home and be like, yeah, I just got this easy bag, the easiest bag I ever got. I didn't even need to perform nothing really. Got my easiest bag. I'm chilling. I think if Trump approached her and said, oh, I want you to perform, she would perform too.
No, I don't think so.
I think she would.
Because, see, there's a thing about it. The industry that they're in, they're being heavy. Like, I'm talking about Nelly, Rick Ross, and all that. They are being heavily criticized right now because they decided to perform over Trump's inauguration weekend. And with Megan Thee Stallion, people already not like her because of the Tory Lanez thing. So now, if she would have performed for Trump, she would have been up out here.
No.
So
I don't
I'm
think
thinking the industry that she's in, and they're really about, really about black entertainment. But, to be honest with you, a lot of white people supporting Nelly and stuff. But anyway, a lot of people that they're trying to entertain are mainly black. They're going on these black networks, doing black interviews. A lot of black people are just not, or publicly saying F them, boycott them, don't listen to their music.
You can't take black people serious anyway.
But I'm just saying, then Pastor Jamal Bryant, like I was telling you, the man is a pastor telling you to don't watch Inauguration, boycott Nelly, Rick Ross, and all that.
But I bet you he still watch football.
Yeah, I bet you.
You see what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, all the scrutiny that he faced, the criticism, is I know in the back of their mind, they were like, yo, if I perform at Donald Trump inauguration, maybe some opportunities might not come up, and I'm going to face a lot of backlash. But they did it anyway.
Because look,
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think a lot of those entertainers have the balls to even do it, bro. If you associate yourself with Donald Trump,
you making money.
No, people are going to hate you.
People are gonna hate you, but you got to remember, people forget shit quickly, bro. People forget quickly.
And the difference between Megan Thee Stallion and like Rick Ross, Soulja Boy, these are people who used to be hot. So they really got shit to lose if they perform for Trump or not. Megan Thee Stallion is still like in her quote unquote prime.
Oh.
She's still in her prime. Like she still has to make hot music. Nelly been there, done that.
All right.
Rick Ross been there, done that. Soulja Boy been there, done that. So it's like they perform for Trump or not. Is it really going to change things for them? No, honestly, like, is it really going to change anything for them?
No. You're right. You got a point on that aspect, but it's like, is it going to change things for them now? If there was a tour going on and they wanted, like, let's say an R&B tour is going on, and Usher to do an R&B tour. Everybody, all the chicks love Usher and Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Nelly has some R&B hits. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're gonna say, "Yo, you should come on tour with me"?
Well, like Usher's on tour and stuff.
Yeah. You think they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's bring Nelly on tour with us. We can make even more bread because a lot of chicks like Nelly as well." They're gonna be like, "Bro, you was on the stage dancing for freaking Trump. We don't align with you with that. We align with the Kamala Harris agenda."
But you're right. But that's what I'm saying. That's the risk that happens if they perform.
That's the risk. But my thing is, those guys understand that. Okay, going to dancing for Trump for a bag, everybody's seeing it as. It's not that you're supporting Trump. It's like they may not say they're supporting Trump, but the mere fact on Inauguration Day that you're going out there and dancing for him, the optics show that you're supporting him.
And what's wrong if they support him?
There's nothing wrong with supporting him. My thing is, don't be mad when you don't get no more bread. And let's say, don't be, and this is to his fans, don't be surprised that when the next election comes and it's a Democrat and he ends up finding his way on that stage dancing for the Democrats.
Then I agree with you.
Then where are we at now?
Then I could agree with you.
Where are we at? Because that's no different than Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross then.
Because the way I'm looking at it, it's like, look, I don't like, during campaign season, I stated, I don't like entertainers getting involved at all. Because it's like, I don't know what's real or what's not real. But when I heard that, they're going to be filming over inauguration weekend at Trump's, not rallies, at Trump, inauguration, I didn't give it too much thought. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Whatever.
I didn't even see it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just heard about it. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I started to pay attention to it when people saying, boycott Nelly, boycott Rick Ross, boycott blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what's the real problem with them performing there if they... cause my thing about it, like, how many times are you going to get to meet the sitting president? So what if they want to go there, perform, meet the sitting president? And it's just like, and I think it takes more back. With me, any celebrity is going to side with the Democrat. That's just what's going to happen. Because publicly, they're going to be viewed as a hero and they won't face any, scrutiny or whatever. But if you go on the Republican side, now it's like, okay, now publicly, you're just not afraid to show like who you believe with. And I don't even know if they fully support Trump because Soulja Boy admitted he just did it for the money. Snoop Dogg, I don't know why he did it. Maybe
for the money.
Yeah, for the money. But I'm like, it is what it is. They did what they wanted to do. To call them coons, if I'm being honest with you, I think the bigger coons are people on the left because black people expect you to be with the left agenda.
Yeah, but you gotta understand his fans are more likely on the left.
But so what? Like, so what's wrong with him going and performing at the inauguration?
My thing is this is like, it's like Kid Rock. He goes and he performs for Donald Trump, right? He did that in the past. My thing is, if you're going to do that, that means you support that person.
Right.
Right? Regardless if Soldier Boy is going to say, oh, I only did it for the bag. It's the optics.
But see, that's the thing where I'm not getting. So what if somebody support the person you don't agree with?
No. I don't have a problem with that. Like, entertainers, again, if I was an entertainer, I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. It's my life. Nelly and them, they could do whatever the hell they want to do. I'm not saying like, oh, they should have never done that and it's the worst thing. Like, they could do whatever the hell they want to do. Mm-hmm. But I'm only talking from a perspective of the people that's calling them a coon. And I call them a coon because I feel like they're the same ones that would run around and when everybody crying, oh yeah, you know, we're not making no money, government, the police is against us, this, that, defund the police, Black Lives Matter, running around terrorizing the place, destroying all the businesses, yes, burn it down. But then you on the stage dancing for a guy that was against all of that. It's like very hypocritical to me to say, you know, I believe in this, I support my people, and my people support whatever this is, but I'm gonna go against the enemy and dance with the enemy. But then you can't blame me because I got the right to switch whenever I feel. So it's like, well, where do you stand? It's like I don't know where Nelly stands. I don't know where Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross stand. Yes, everybody's entitled to changing their opinion, but you gotta come out publicly and say, I'm supporting this person. I'm supporting that person. You can't just, oh, sweat, Rick Ross and all of them is dancing for him like that. Like, I didn't know any of that prior to the inauguration. Yeah,
it was. I don't know if it was rumored. I thought it was rumors at one point, unless it was confirmed, and I didn't heavily dig into it. But I don't know, when I heard it, it didn't bother me. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I mean, it doesn't.
It was just like, but I can't. Because it's like what you're saying, people don't reserve the right to change their mind, especially what happened in the last 4 years. So it's like, if your people stand with the left because they think that's the best side, what if they think what's best for their people are the people conservative policies? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I can understand majority of black people on the Democrats. This is what I believe, but I truly think what's better for our people or some of the conservative policy. And historically, we are conservative. So it's like, if you perform, and like they're entertainers, if that's their way of showing respect to the sitting president. And it's like, look, I did say, like, I don't like people performing when it's like election season, because it's like, I don't need your performance to say like, oh, this is the way I should vote. Like, I was so offended with Megan Thee Stallion. Kind of like, bro, you want to come to a presidential rally and shake your ass and that's what's supposed to get me to vote? Is that what you think of black people? That's what you think is going to get us to come out and vote? But I'm just looking at it like, that's why I didn't think about it so much. I'm like, all right, well, election is over. You know, inauguration weekend, it's a celebratory weekend. You just go perform. But I didn't think about it until I saw the outlash of it. I was like, oh, shit, this shit is blowing up. So I'm like, I don't know. And I think a little bit of me is just so like, bro, I just want this shit to just be over with. Like, we keep being divided. Like, there's just no unity anymore, bro. It's like, it's over. Game over. The election season is long gone. So it's like, I get what you're saying. And, you know, it does make sense because now it's like, and if it's another 4 years and Snoop Dogg come out and perform at this Democratic rally or whatever. It's like, all right, where do you really stand, bro? Or are you just chasing the dollar? So like, I can understand that. Are they chasing the dollar or are they not? I guess I'm looking at it from a standpoint of like, all right, I guess you supporting Trump and you just supporting these policies. But it's like, are you chasing the dollar? Not Snoop Dogg. Soulja Boy came out and said, bro, I'll get the motherfucking dollar. And he got out here showing big bands of cash and all that.
So that's the guy that's the coon. Like he at least he's upfront with it. Yo, I came here to I came here to perform for the bag. I'm dancing on the stage for the bag.
So it depends on the reason why they perform for you. If they truly felt this is my way to show respect, or is that a coon?
Wait, what?
No, it depends. For you, it's the reason why they performed it.
It's the reason why. Look, okay, all right. Let me rephrase what I'm trying to say and correct a few things that I said. Soulja Boy, he's not the coon. He's broke, and he said, "I'm only doing this for the bag." He said it. The other three, Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross, they came out in the past and talked negatively on the president of the United States. Okay?
Yes, that video of Snoop Dogg is bad.
The president, that's the president. They talk negatively, and then now you dancing on the stage for him. That's a coon.
That looks bad. I'm not gonna hold.
That's a coon.
Snoop Dogg got to clear that shit up,
bro. If that's like that's like one of your homies turn their backs on you, did some messed up shit to you, and then I see you at the club partying with them, popping bottles. It's like you cursed him out, y'all was angry, and then now you at the club popping bottles. He did some dirty ish to you, or I don't know, did some foul shit to you, and then you out there partying with him. Then I'm gonna be like, yo, like you like he disrespected you mad hard. Like why are you still messing around with him?
Right.
Then I'm be like, yo, you kissing his ass.
Right, you're right.
Where's your backbone? Where do you stand as a man? Like that will set you down. That will make you look bad.
I can't defend, bro. If you watch that Snoop Dogg video, it's like, bro, like that criticism is deserving, bro. He literally was saying, "Oh, you gonna party for Master, or you gonna perform for Master," and then you just turn around. I feel like he should come out the way you publicly diss Trump and people who performed for him back in 2016. You should come out and publicly say, like, listen, I'm going to be performing for Trump. Not saying you really owe anybody an explanation, but you chose to put that out publicly. So it's like, how are people supposed to think? Like, he's deserving of all the criticism. Bro, watch the video after the show. It's a wild video.
No, I'm gonna watch it now. I didn't see it. I'm gonna watch it.
This Trump and everybody associated with Trump for you to perform now. So it's like the cool label. It's like, bro, I can't defend. I really can't defend you. That's why I was really focusing on everybody. I can't really defend Snoop. He got to come out and straighten his face. He got to straighten his face. Rick Ross, I ain't hear shit from him.
Snoop caught an L for the year. No, Rick Ross is broke, so he just trying to get his bag. And don't forget, Snoop Dogg performed at the Super Bowl the other year, so he got a big bag too.
Yeah, so Snoop out here just catching bags.
So he's just trying to catch bags, and this one was just like, yeah, screw the backlash. I'm still gonna perform. This is a big bag I can't pass up. Same thing with Ross.
So the only person I think out of the group that had an explanation that made sense to me was Nelly. Because, all right, regardless of the fact if he's telling the truth or not, it's like, all right, well, that makes sense. It's like,
I find it hard to believe Nelly is a Republican.
That makes sense. No, you probably right.
I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe, man. Like,
but my thing was, I was like, yo,
that's a big risk on your fans.
That's what I'm saying. But what I do think,
I gotta know how much they got paid.
But what I do think, and I heard this today, Nelly's still doing shows, and then like majority of people in his crowd are white people.
That's always the case with these rappers.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is it really a big risk on the black community if they're not really supporting him? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that they're like, well, you can't cancel me because you're not supporting me. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, when Nelly said his explanation, it's like, you know, it is what it is. He's right, because it's really just like a unity thing.
That explanation was bullshit. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just saying, bro.
It was bullshit. I'm gonna be real. Shit was bullshit.
Made sense, because that my whole thing I've been preaching like, yo, it's unity now. He can't influence you who to vote for. The man is already in office. If he think by performing there is showing respect to the president, like, all right, go ahead, bro.
No. I get the showing the respect for the president, but it's like, if you look at the stats, black men, black women went out and voted for Kamala Harris.
Which is true. And you
got to say the black people did put him on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that his career is over, well, he's not making, from what I understand, he's not making new hits. I haven't heard a new Nelly hit.
Yeah, I haven't heard Nelly in a minute. He's just,
but
I think he's living
if
off his
it's
own
now the white fans that's out there supporting him, he's going to go where his supporters is at right now. And if they're Trump supporters, he's going to go play for Trump. I think all of those rappers specifically went for the bag. We know Soulja Boy went for the bag, and we obviously know Rick Ross and Snoop Dogg went for the bag, contradicting themselves, and Nelly was a part of it.
Can't defend Snoop. I really can't defend Snoop, really. It's
I just think Nelly, he's bullshitting. He's like, I'm going to say the politically correct answer. You know what I mean? Oh, just unity. We just trying to bring everybody. No. Because if you was really into the politics like that, like, to me, it's like, okay, with the exception of broke rapper Soulja Boy, right?
Broke rapper Soulja Boy.
If you perform it, and again, I keep saying optics, if you perform for somebody, that means you support them. That means you support their message.
Yeah, because he could have turned it down.
He could have turned it down. He could have said, nah, thank you for the offer, but, I'm not going to perform there. Now, if Nelly had came out months before and said, I'm voting for Trump or blah, 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 or whatever, and then he performed, okay, it makes sense. Michelle Obama did not show up to the inauguration
we got to talk about that.
Or Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Wait, she didn't show up to the funeral either?
She did not show up to the funeral
I didn't know that. And Obama was there?
And Obama was there by himself.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's the only woman that I know from the Democratic Party that has a damn backbone. She has a backbone.
I wouldn't call that a backbone.
I call that a backbone.
That's disrespectful.
I call that a backbone. That is a backbone to me.
You shouldn't be married.
If it was Trump,
the whole point of a marriage is to stick with your husband.
Listen, I get that.
No matter what. You're supposed to be in unison. For you to want to do your own thing because of whatever, you're supposed to stick by your husband no matter if you disagree with what's going on. You're supposed, at least in the public eye, show that you're together.
Yo.
But to abandon your husband at the funeral and in inauguration, bro, and that's the thing. That's why
we gotta let's dive into.
That's why a lot of people are kind of critical of black women, bro, because like you've been married to this man for how long? Unless y'all going through something personally we don't know about, because there are divorce rumors. But there is no way you leave your husband hanging like that. And for these type of discussions to even arise, these should not even be a topic of discussion because of you not showing face. At the presidential inauguration, you don't leave your husband. You cancel whatever plans you got. You don't leave your husband. So you're not the first one I heard that saying, "Oh, they got a backbone," because Charlemagne, the guy, said it. I was like, bro, fuck all of that. Your marriage comes first before any public opinion at all.
I absolutely agree. But here's when I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. Okay? My thing is this. For the Carter funeral, it's kind of messed up that she didn't show up, but I get why she did it.
Why?
She knew all the other presidents are going to be there.
So the hell
Hold on. We know that there was turmoil with the Kamala situation. We know there was turmoil with the Biden situation, right? Who the hell knows what the real truth is and the real details that happened behind all of that, right? Who knows? But it had to be really bad for her not to show up and abandon her man. Now,
It can't be that bad.
no, it has to be that bad, bro.
there
Because
is
no,
nothing in the
listen,
world that's that bad. You abandon
Bro.
your husband.
bro, listen,
I'm not
listen,
going for it.
listen. Check it out. You and your husband promoted dividing black women and black men. Oh, vote for Kamala because your husband don't want to. Don't listen to him. Already separating the head of the household. All right, already influencing that. Obama went out and did the same thing. The same thing. Michelle Obama went on the stage with Kamala Harris, endorsed her publicly, wanted her to win, right? Whether or not that was true or not, but hey, she probably was doing it off the strength that Kamala's quote unquote black. You see what I'm saying? But now, after all the turmoil, all of that stuff happened, you think I'm going to show up for some Republican? You think I'm going to show up and shake hands with all these people? You think I'm going to show up and do that?
And that's a divided house.
Right.
And that means that marriage is on its way out.
Exactly. So
you can't be divided when you're supposed to be acting in unison. It doesn't matter how you personally feel.
No. Look. I get it. I look. If it was me, I would want my wife to be there, regardless if we agree or not, agree or disagree with the political ideologies. Right. I get that, but I'm defending her on her stance of being stern and having a backbone of what she believes in. On that level. Because my thing is this. They hated Trump. Trump was this, threat to democracy, threat to all of this, blah, 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 racist, this, that, and the third, right? If she's saying, yo, I don't want to be in the room with a racist, then I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to go and show support for this man inauguration because I did not want him to win. I did not want him to be in office. I don't agree with the stuff that he's doing. To me, I felt like Obama shouldn't have went. Obama should have been like, yo, I'm not going either. And if I go to Carter's funeral, I'm not talking to you.
So she's making the decisions.
It's not that it's like no. She's making the decisions that Obama should be making. That's what I'm saying.
Obama made his decision to go, so that's a decision that he's going.
But that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. He should have not went. That's what I'm saying.
If he wanted to go, his wife should have came along. It's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No, I absolutely get what you're saying, but my thing is this, bro. Like, if you want to talk about party loyalty, let's
At this point, it's not party loyalty.
Hold on. Trump did not go to Biden's inauguration.
I didn't agree with it.
But you gotta stand with him on that though. I
stand with his decision.
All right, but he stayed true to what he was saying though. Bro, he stayed.
Did his wife show up?
No.
Because his marriage is in unison.
You're right on that.
If Trump didn't go, his wife like, all right, you ain't going, I ain't going.
She wasn't gonna go regardless. She was not even invited, bro.
Melania got her own mind. She wrote a book, and she's actually for abortion rights. Melania said, listen, Trump respects me and said, allow me to have my own mind. So they have different opinions, but at the same time, where her husband goes, she's going.
Bro,
she's not
the president, though. She wasn't a president.
So who the hell was Michelle Obama?
She did do it at some point. So then why do people care that she went or not?
Bro, my thing
she's not the president.
My thing is, fuck the public opinion.
She's not the president.
My thing is, your husband went to you were the former first lady president of the United States. You go to a president. You go to that funeral because that's the job of a former president. I'm a former first lady. I'm sorry, that's the job y'all signed up for, and this is a continuous job. Your husband went to show respect. That means you have to go with, no matter what the hell happened in the back doors. Because at the same time, Kamala and her husband was there.
They had to be there.
Trump and his wife
They had to be there.
All the former other presidents and their wives were there.
That's true.
But you didn't want to go because of how you feel.
I don't think Pence's wife was there.
Fuck Pence.
He was a former president, though. But look. No.
But if it's one event, I could possibly let it. Bro, 2?
All right.
You left your husband hanging at 2 events?
Look, there's obviously some turmoil going on with that marriage. But I'm going to say this, right? At the end of the day, does it look bad that Michelle wasn't there? Yes. Terrible. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I agree with you on that point, but I could see why she didn't go. All right. There has to be like some sort of conversation that she had with her husband to say, we shouldn't be going, this, that, and the third.
There would have been no conversation.
And it's not.
If I'm going, you going.
Look, bro, it's not even that. Oh, that's your husband. You're supposed to, support him along the way. It's just that, like, if you can't see somebody disrespecting you, and then your wife is telling you, like, yo, like, are you not realizing what the hell is actually happening to you right now? Like, are you really going to make this bad decision? Because like they say, women play a pivotal role in marriages and decisions and stuff as well.
Absolutely.
But, there are times where, all right, I'm going to go with my man. And if we fail, I'm going to fail with him. But then there are times where it's like, yo, this shit is so obvious and blatant disrespect, you shouldn't go. And it's like, it says something if you're... And look, we know the relationship with the Obamas was strong. Michelle was there with him the whole time, whatever. Even in his book, Obama said he put up with her for 10 years. I guess they were going through some issues.
Okay.
And he just waited it out or whatever. She didn't want to talk to him for like a long time or whatever the case is, but he still stuck with her because I think there are some things that Michelle Obama was probably telling this dude, like, yo, you need to like not support this. You need to not do this. I'm not standing for that. Like, you need to open your eyes. Sometimes there are moments where a man's judgment is clouded.
Bro,
and he needs his wife, someone that he trusts, to steer him in the right direction and to continue to lead.
But you shouldn't let another, and I'm talking about Trump, you shouldn't let another man's actions influence on what you do morally and ethically. If you are this person, Obama's like, listen, Trump didn't show up for Biden's thing, and this is how Trump rolled, but this is how I roll. I'm going to the inauguration because that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to the president's funeral because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let no other man influence on how I run my life. The fact that you let Donald Trump have that much power over you, it's like, what the hell is going on? Obama, what's going on?
Here's my...
Bro, my thing is that, bro, you left him hanging.
Now, it looks bad.
And now we talking about them getting divorced. Now we talking about who's the real leader in the household. Now what are we talking about now?
I agree with you. It looks bad. It looks very bad. Me watching it was just like, damn, like Michelle really not there. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I get that.
Home, oh my God. I can't even say what I would do.
Look, I agree. Like, I agree with you 90%, but the other 10% is like, I gotta highlight Michelle's perspective. All right, I gotta highlight her perspective. I can't leave her hanging like that. You see what I'm saying? Because if you really for the Democratic Party, or you really trying to like, be about the democracy and all that, and having strong opinions, who knows what the type of conversations they had during the election season about how horrible Trump is and whatever the policies he did or whatever. Who knows?
Wasn't that bad? Trump and Obama there laughing at the funeral.
But then again, to turn around and then just flip the script, we all know Obama really did not want Kamala Harris to run.
Yeah, that's
we know
that's
that.
Obvious.
That's obvious. And we all know that Obama is disappointed in Biden. We know that. He don't even have to publicly say that. We know that, right? His whole party was disappointed in him. But my thing is this. If you really want to make a statement to withdraw yourself from how disappointed you are, I think Obama's move was to just not go to the inauguration. He could have went to the Jimmy Carter thing. I agree with you. She should have at least went to the Jimmy Carter thing because that has nothing to do with Trump.
Nothing. That's just paying respect to a former president.
That has nothing to do with Trump. I feel she should have at least went to that. But the inauguration, Obama and Michelle should have withdrew themselves. Bad call on Obama. He should have said, you know what? I really don't think this man is great for the country, whatever. I'm not going. And not show up. There were so many other presidents that could have showed up. Right? They could have all showed up and just show face or whatever. But they didn't.
They didn't. That means
Dick Cheney could have showed up. He was president for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could have showed up.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're going to make that decision to not go, it can't be just one is going and one is staying home. Bro, there was no way an argument didn't happen on that decision. Because if say for instance, if they didn't have any problems in their marriage, and Obama would have listened to Michelle out, okay, you don't really want to go. It's like, okay, babe, I understand. You know what? If you really don't want us to go, then we just won't go. That's how it would go. But for them to have that type of conversation,
there is some turmoil.
And then he still goes, knowing the public backlash that's going to be happening, I think there's something going on.
No, there's definitely something going on.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like either you show face together or you just don't go. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was just a bad move for the sake of their marriage, bro. And you just got to stand by your husband. It's going to be tough times and bad times. I mean, stand by your husband. And then for the husband, stand by your wife. It's like, it's just two events. You go at a funeral, you're there for a little bit. I ain't going to hold you. Everybody was at the funeral. Nobody liked Kamala. Everybody looking at her like, damn, why she here?
They did her dirty, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, before she walked in, Obama and Trump laughing, you know what I'm saying, talking about the good old days. And then Kamala walked in, Trump looked at her. Obama looked more mad at Trump.
I'm gonna tell you that. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, bro,
that
just go
true.
there. You ain't gotta talk to nobody. You ain't gotta say what. Just sit there.
That's
all right,
true.
cool. Funeral done. Yo, Obama, we out. Let's get up out of here. But tonight, the inauguration, bro, he's going. You gotta go. Because she's the former first lady. You gotta go.
Nah, I get. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong, because when I was watching it, I was like, damn, she ain't show up. Like, that's bad. You show something like that, like that's bad. But then again, Melania wasn't there.
Where?
At
inauguration?
No. At Carter's funeral.
She got first lady business to handle.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So Melania wasn't even there. So it's like, can you say, oh, they had a fight or whatever and didn't want to show up?
That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, look, if it was one event she didn't show up, it's like, okay, I'll cut some slack.
And that's what
But
I'm
the
saying.
fact that you didn't show up for nothing, it's like, all right.
Something's really going on.
Now you're just disrespecting this man. I'm talking about Obama. Now you're disrespecting your husband, disrespecting the marriage. Something is going on. It's like, if you didn't show up for one thing, it's like, I'll cut you a little bit of slack. But for you to just leave him hanging out like that all throughout this weekend and all these events?
Yeah, no. That's why I said she should have went to one of two. Okay? To make it, I feel like if she went to the Carter funeral, okay, blah, 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 and then not go to the inauguration, that would have made a real statement and made the statement clear that she doesn't support Trump. That would have made the statement clear. I don't support Trump, so I'm not going to the inauguration. That would have been clear. But to not go to both, Jimmy Carter ain't do nothing to y'all. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
He ain't do nothing. So to me, I think there definitely is turmoil between Michelle and Barack, but she also doesn't respect Trump because she went on stage with Kamala Harris defending, and mind you, she didn't have to do that. She's a first lady. She don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I look at the Clintons. I'm surprised they came.
Yo, bro, if Hillary
I'm like,
Clinton,
if Hillary Clinton came, and
what's
she
the
got
excuse?
she got toe up.
Toe
She
up.
got toe up. They had Monica Lewinsky at the debate night, bro. Like, you know that, right? Like, he brought Monica Lewinsky when Trump and Hillary was debating.
Oh yeah.
Monica Lewinsky was in the stage along with Bill Clinton.
Hillary went through it, bro.
like that's the old that's the most GFI shit I ever seen a politician do, bro. Like, ain't nobody can say who did more GFI shit than that. Like that,
bro. That was crazy.
That's up there.
That's crazy.
But anyway, for her to still go to the inauguration and Jimmy Carter's funeral with Trump there, I give her credit.
Yeah.
She was being politically professional and went. But I feel for Michelle, like I said, if she wanted to make a statement, go to the Jimmy Carter thing, but then skip the inauguration.
My thing is though, bro, it's like I'm not even thinking from a political standpoint. I'm just thinking for like when you're married, how you're supposed to move. If I'm going to some event, there's no question my wife is coming by with me. Unless it's a solid reason. Listen, Obama could come out and give us the most solid reason in the world. I doubt he is.
He's not going to do that.
Exactly. Unless it's some solid reason, like if I'm going to anything that's of importance, my wife is beside me.
No. You're right.
But for her to just come, Jesus Christ. For her to think, let me not say that.
Nah.
But for her to just really think that, there's no problem in it. Now it kind of got me thinking, like, how was Michelle really moving during the...
Look, all I can tell you is this. With this stunt that she pulled, she's definitely running next election. She's 100% running. And if she runs, she's going to win. If it's Vance going up against her, Michelle is going to win, bro.
But that would be based off of popularity. And
yes.
to be honest with you, that's how Obama won.
Yeah, it is. You're right. But I would say she's not going to win by a landslide. She ain't going to win by a landslide. It's going to be close.
I'll see what she got to offer.
She's going to have a lot to offer. She's a real black woman.
Yeah, you can't question that.
Ain't no, woman. Is she black? Is she not? Is she half this? Is she black? She black. She period point blank black. And I feel she's going to run next election season. I can guarantee it. I could bet money on that.
I don't know, bro.
I can bet money on that.
I'm not saying that's my only thing why I always think like she won't run is because like she did 8 years and I think she's sort of stressed of that job. And it's like, do you want to go through that again? Do you want to, you know what I'm saying?
People keep saying that. Hillary ran twice. Bill Clinton was president.
Yeah, I don't know what's Hillary do. But
she's trying to get accolades. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not saying that you're far off. Like, it's definitely a possibility.
That's a statement that she didn't show up, bro. That's a statement. Like, I am your enemy. I'm going to tear you down.
But I think it really depends. Okay, yeah, she could win, but it really depends on Trump's presidency and the results it produce. Like, 4 years from now, if everything's good, everybody's happy in the state of the country, it's going to be hard for her to come in and say, hey, I'm going to implement these democratic policies and turn over everything that's been working so well. But if Trump shits the bed, she might win in the landslide. It really depends on Trump. If Trump does a good job, it kind of lays it well for J.D. Vance. Mm-hmm. But if he's not that good of a president, if he does a bad job, it's a layup for Michelle. So it just depends.
I think since we had Hillary run twice, Kamala run. This is a time a woman's gonna win this time. There's no way like.
But it depends on this. I think it
Two
depends on
women
the state of the
gonna run it
country.
and lost and lose, and it's gonna show. Oh yeah, a woman can never be president. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna defy that odds and become the president of the United States. I think if she won, no doubt. And people asked her, "Oh, she's gonna run," and she said no. Trump said he wasn't gonna run, and said no. And look, he's president for 2 terms. You see what I'm saying? So she's gonna run. Especially with this turmoil that they have with her husband, all the single moms out there, they're gonna vote. She gonna get damn near 99.9% female vote, and you know the simp black dudes is gonna run and vote for her as well, because the black women are what leaves the house for most of these simps anyway.
Bro, and that's what's happening right now with Michelle and Obama.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Right.
I get it. Look. I would want my wife to be beside me based on the decision that I make, especially if I'm a former president, period. I agree with you 100% on that. I agree with you. But something gotta happen where she was boiled over. Maybe it was the fact that Obama still went to Jimmy Carter thing and the inauguration, and she didn't go. Plus cheating rumors or dating rumors of other girls or whatever that Obama is doing. Plus probably some other underlying stuff that we don't know about that made her make that decision. There's just no way. I just don't think it's solely because she doesn't like Trump. There has to be more than that. Because that's a big thing. You stand by your man, you're married. You're one. You're a unit.
Obama, what's going on, yo? Let us know. Let us know, Obama. What's going on?
Hey, man, you know what they say? Good men cheat, right? No. I mean, it's a fact. Hey, yo, we're going to save that for another episode. But, like, something going on, bro. Something going on.
I was just like, damn, bro. One event, I get it. 2, and now that I'm thinking, like, as far as first ladies go, she's the most recognizable. She's the most popular one. She had the most going on. She was like the most independent first lady in the history. Because you think about Jill Biden, like, she probably did her own stuff, but it's like, do you think of her as some type of some mogul? Even Melania.
I feel like she's an aide to Biden. Like she's Biden's nurse. Honey, walk this way.
Even Melania though, like even though Trump is really popular, do you really see her as a separate entity? It's like no. Oh, Michelle. It's like when I look at the Obamas, it's like I see Barack. And I see Michelle. You know what I'm saying? It's like this so often I see them in unison. So it's like Michelle always had, I know for a fact, she always had this independent attitude. I don't care if I'm married to Barack, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I couldn't stand for that for so many years.
Hey, man, black women getting a lot of slack, man, or catching a lot of flack.
I'm just saying.
They got sometimes you got to fall back. Sometimes you gotta fall back and let your man lead, but that's another problem.
Bro, it's just like just go sit down. That's all you gotta do. Just sit down and
yo. That's the problem within the black household. Like too many cooks in the pot, bro. Too many people trying to lead. Too many people trying to be the one. But all I can say is, Obama should have fell back and be like, Michelle, you come to this thing. Like, you coming. Secret Service, bring her with me. You're not going to make me look stupid out here. But I'm just joking. But like I was saying, like, all jokes aside, I get where Michelle is coming from. Was it the right decision? No, because the optics look bad. And now the rumors are that Obama went to a private dinner or lunch with possibly Jennifer Aniston. And I'm like, and the girl is white.
Whew,
You see what I'm saying? I was like,
Obama, like, man, I tried that black shit.
I was like, damn. You know the meme from Friday with what's the guy from Rush Hour? Chris Tucker, and he was like, damn, like it's like that damn type shit, like damn, like and the rumors is with a white woman.
But you see what I'm saying? What all
I
this
mean, I'd be
brings up?
okay if it was Sexy Red or something, but like a white woman.
But you see what all this shit pops up, bro, by you not, sticking by your man. All of this shit is surfacing. All of these rumors are coming about.
And it would have been one thing if she didn't show up, but she was like in the back.
Showed up late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, showed up late. That's true. Or be in the back and have lunch with everybody. But to find out that Obama had a private dinner, that don't sound right. And they did not disclose who it was with. That don't sound right. That sounds very suspicious. No media, no cameras, no nothing.
Damn, Obama.
So, look, I'm not out here trying to destroy, a beautiful black family at all.
I'm just criticizing her decision, man.
But Obama should have handled that differently. Either he should have told the Secret Service she's coming with me, or he doesn't go. And if Obama didn't show up, I'd have been fine. Because in that whole stage of people, he was the only black person on that side. You know what I'm saying? And it really would have made a statement to say, okay, yeah, the Obamas really did not support Trump because they didn't show up for the inauguration. Know what I'm saying? But you can say Brandon Johnson, he don't support Trump. I mean, given all of the craziness that's going on with him.
I give him hell all the time. Brandon Johnson, Jesus. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a mayor so bad, bro. I don't think. Ooh, don't get me started.
Yo, I want to get you started on this bishop. This woman bishop. I was talking smack about.
This shit I really want to say. It's like, all right.
Let it off, man. Let it off.
All right, so in case anybody who don't know what we're talking about.
Let me find her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Just say her name when you find it.
All right, go ahead.
So, on the day of the inauguration, right? I guess it's tradition. I don't really know. I guess it's tradition for you to go to this church service.
Marion Edgar Buttle.
Okay, Marion. I guess it's tradition for the president and his family. Shit, I don't even know if former presidents were there. But anyway, JD and his family was there for them to go to a church service. And, just a simple church service. But the bishop, Marianne, mm-hmm. She literally called out Trump. And it's basically saying she don't agree with his policies. People are fearful. People are fearful because he's in the seat. What else did she say, man? But she there's trans people who are afraid to come out and, basically spewing her political ideologies personally to Donald Trump when she should be preaching. Exactly. The church's job is to unify people in the community and to give hope through scripture. That's your job. That's what people go to church for. Not to come and to listen how much you dislike Donald Trump and telling him what to do during his second term.
She says she's not going to apologize either.
I think that was extremely disrespectful.
Okay, was that more disrespectful than Michelle leaving Obama? Or or this bishop doing this to Trump?
Well, I don't even know. That's a good point. Like, shit, the women out here making statements. Like,
yo, if I was Trump, I would have walked out. I ain't gonna hold you.
I told you that off
I would have walked out.
I would have got my army and family. Like, yo,
Yo,
we up out of here.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
Because what the hell? What this got? There is no scripture in this speech. There's nothing biblical. You're telling me. It's like, why are you disrespecting the president of the United States? Regardless of how you feel, even if you don't believe with his ideologies, you should at least say, you know what? Let me put out a unifying message to give people who are scared hope. Say, hey, this is the president of the United States. We hoping you do a good job. We want you to do better. Please lead this country in the right way. And, since you are our president, we will be behind you. You have no choice. If you're living in this country, you're behind Donald Trump. So for her to just come out and say all that, I just think that's just so disrespectful. I don't know, man. People just don't respect, that seat anymore. And I think she should apologize. But, to Trump's credit, man, and J.D. Vance's credit, they sat there and took it. I would have walked out because I would say, look, I didn't come here to get disrespected. I came here to listen to the word of God. That wasn't the word of God. Because the word of God does say you're supposed to respect that seat. You're supposed to respect leaders. And what she did was not respectful at all. She disrespected the leader. And if you really are religious and believe what you preach, you could say God put him in that position. So now you disrespect God's choice? So I honestly don't get it. Just another sorry liberal. And what I honestly don't get either, the Bible,
oh boy,
the word, whew, hallelujah. The word literally states a lot of the things and the policies that Donald Trump represents. I'm going to let you figure it out. Because there is no way you want a Kamala to win because that goes against everything that you supposedly represent. That's what I tell people.
But you got to understand, like, the Bible is, it changes every day,
Because of women like that.
Soon enough, bestiality is going to be okay. Like, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? There might be a little scripture in there that doesn't explicitly say something, but can be interpreted 10 different ways. If you spin around 10 times, do a jumping jacks and some push-ups, so you can say, yeah, that's what that means. Who knows? But that pastor, that bishop was way out of line, super disrespectful. She should have just kept it religious and kept it moving and kept her opinions to herself about that part. Like I said, if I was Trump, I would have walked out.
I would have walked the fuck out.
I would have left. I would have been like, nah, I don't stand for that. I'm out. But he was like, yo, I'm just doing it. I don't want to create no media craziness. I think that's probably what he was thinking.
He would have been criticized to hell.
And he would have been criticized, and the media will only focus on that and not the executive orders that he did. But damn, she was wrong for that. Absolutely wrong for that. The cancellation of DEIs, I want to get into that a little bit more. I know we touched on it earlier a little bit, but he signed an executive order getting rid of the DEI.
Yeah, on a federal level.
So a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of CEOs of DEIs. And it's crazy because a lot of companies like Meta.
Yeah, they're rolling back on it.
And all the places are rolling back on this DEI stuff, which, it's like, damn. Just goes to show that it was like kind of like some BS in a sense.
No, you're right. You're right, because Zuckerberg, he's just going with the win. Whoever's in office, I'm going with. Biden was in office. Oh, okay, Biden, you want me to censor Facebook? Cool. Trump is in office. Uncensored Facebook? Cool. And so, like, Zuckerberg, he's just going with the win, man. But, for his DEI, like I said on the last episode, I have mixed feelings about it because what I do hate about the Republican Party, they kind of make it in a sense that DEI should have never been a thing. And there has been a point in American history where DEI was necessary. Because it's been proven people of minority people have been overlooked. Like black people have been overlooked for certain opportunities. That's just a fact. So we had to put in DEI policies to make sure we get fair opportunities. Like I said in the last episode with the Rooney Rule in the NFL, it was proven that black head coaches were not getting those opportunities and were being overlooked. So we have to put in something so make sure that everybody gets a fair shot. DEI also falls under gender. There were women who were not getting some opportunities because they were women. So what I'm saying is there was a time in history where DEI was absolutely necessary. And I don't know why Republicans don't recognize that or realize that. It's like they just want to erase that part of history. It's like, no, there was a point in time we were being overlooked. Now, the question is, though, do you think that's still today? Do you think people of minority, do you think people won't get an opportunity based on the color of their skin, based on their gender, based on their sexuality? Do you think that's still relevant today?
It's definitely not. I mean, given that it's Martin Luther King Jr. month, it's basically his month right now, like, he accomplished something, right? Like, there was laws passed that, you can't be denied a job based on the color of your skin, content of, but be judged based on the content of your character. But there's laws that say they can't discriminate against your religion, your race, your gender, your age, right? You can't discriminate against that. So, in that aspect, that's progress. But I don't think. I mean, does it happen? I could say, yeah, it does, but it's not prevalent to how it was prior to the civil rights movement, prior to, when slavery was like, it was just blatant, like, oh, you're black, you're not getting this job. Like, you're not going to work here. Like, don't even try to apply. You can't even walk on the street to come even enter my store to drop off an application type joint. You know what I'm saying? But there was progress made. And as far as the DEI thing, I think, we discussed this in the last episode. I think it kind of took it a step too far. To say now is like revitalizing the fact that, black people are victims, and we need these policies in order so we can get a job, or we can get a promotion, or we can advance or get paid more. It's like, all right, I don't want to feel like everywhere I go I'm a part of this DEI thing, because I don't identify as that. I like the fact that I can apply somewhere and not be judged because I'm black, or because of my age, or because of my religion. Like, I like that. That I feel that's fair.
That is fair.
And we can leave that up to HR when you're in the interview process, right? But we're at the mercy of them. But at the end of the day, I don't want us to hone in on the fact that, there's more to it. And you know what I mean? Like, it makes it more, like, difficult, and companies spend more money on these things. This is DEI is not just something that, we're just gonna do this from the grace of our. It costs money. You gotta hire people for that. That's a whole new department. That's a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? There's programs, there's training, that's all of that. That costs money. There's organizations that specialize in DEI.
Right.
That's a business. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that costs companies money. Don't complain when you don't get your salary that you want. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they can't, like I share my sentiments and my specific reasonings behind the DEI programs in the last episode. I'm not going to revisit all of it now.
Same.
But if you want to know more, watch episode 46 and you'll hear what I have to say. But him canceling it, look, it wasn't here 4 years ago. Nobody had a problem. Nobody even know what the hell that was. Okay? It didn't exist. It was here. We lost it. Okay, forget about it. Move on.
And I'm just here thinking about all the jobs I had, and I'm like, was I a DEI hire? And I would say no, because every time I got into the job, like, my most recent job, I was offered after the final interview, I was offered a position the same day. And I remember people saying like, oh yeah, you were the most qualified candidate. I was telling HR that, oh yeah, you were my favorite person. So it was like, there are examples of people who are black or, whatever falls in DEI. There are examples of people who are qualified. They don't need that DEI label in order to get opportunities. So like, I don't know, like, again, like Rich said, visit the last episode if you want to hear us talk more about it. Don't want to revisit those points because we already talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Dude. Like, I feel like the Democrats really screwed up a lot of black people's minds into thinking that they're victims. I've been championing this from the beginning of this podcast, from episode 1.
From episode 1.
That says a lot about this channel. You know what I mean? Like, we're for black people. We want black people to succeed. We want black people to
That's
do
what we want.
Great, to make money, to have Fortune 500 companies, to be billionaires, trillionaires. We want that for our people, and other people as well. We want people to make money. All right. But from the very first episode on this podcast, we talked about it. It's like, it boils down to this victim mentality. That is what keeps us back. And this is going to sound crazy and wild to a lot of people, but the fact that there's resistance from the Trump administration and, whatever crap that he's undoing that were handouts that black people are getting, to me, it's a blessing in disguise, because it allows for black people to work harder and to think outside the box and to do for themselves. All right? I've always said that I'd rather know somebody's racist and they tell me that they're racist rather than not saying anything and they actually undercover are racist. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I'd rather know, okay, here are the requirements to achieve this, rather than not knowing how to achieve the next level.
Right.
That's like working a job and not knowing what you need to do to get a promotion. Wouldn't you rather know what you need to do to get a promotion? Oh, I need to get X amount of sales, or I need to achieve X amount of certificates. So you can get those things to say, okay, I have this, I qualify for this promotion. Rather than, well, I don't know, just do your job. If your boss tells you just do your job, doing your job means what? How do you get a promotion just by doing your job, right? I'd rather know that. And now that Trump has been in for 2 terms now, I feel like black people has made a slight progress during his first reign, even though I put an asterisk next to that because of the pandemic.
Right.
But this is our next chance to really step up, to really make waves, to really, put ourselves back on the map and hold these Democrats accountable for the shit that they're telling us. This holds us accountable for now. People out in Chicago who I see now definitely ain't voting Democrat again. They definitely not. There's no way they're not that stupid. It took bullshit to happen for people to realize shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And now that Trump is in, whether or not he does BS or not or whatever, maybe it will change their mind to say, okay, if I'm so loyal to the Democratic Party, they got to have some sort of conservatism to them. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just all be, oh, spend money on this and we helping everybody but ourselves type shit.
Yeah.
It should show the importance to the border.
Yeah, that's what I don't get, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it, yeah.
But at the end of the day, we got to give Trump time, see what he's going to do with the country.
What he's gonna do.
You know, we could speculate, we can talk all of this ish, but at the end of the day, we gotta give him time. It's only been 3 days.
Yeah, we gotta give him time, see what happens. You know, by the end of this year, you know, really gotta give him 2 years to see, you know, all the stuff he put in place. Like, how is it impacting the country? Is it doing good or bad? But gotta see. Hasn't been a week yet. Hasn't even been a week at this point in time.
But yeah, no. The first 3 days has been something. A lot of executive orders being signed and a lot of coons dancing on the stage. But damn, this is definitely gonna be a 2-part episode. Episode 47, no pun intended. Like, this was not planned. But yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe. We see the numbers has been increasing on the subscribership, but I need you guys to subscribe to the channel because we're the only podcast on the internet that's talking the real shit.
Real shit.
Like, I mean, I think it's like a rule not to like mention other podcast names. Is that kind of like a thing?
Fuck. I think I guess it's one of those unwritten rules because when I watch other podcasts and people kind of mention other podcasts, they don't really say the names too much. I mean, I don't know.
Like, I never understood that. Like, I just don't understand like why. Like, just call them out. Like, if I was a CNN anchor, I'd call out Fox. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm too real. I don't know. Like,
yeah, they all. Yeah,
you know, like, I'm gonna call out one person, like the Joe Budden podcast. Like,
yeah, everybody like Joe.
They to me, I don't understand how people follow behind Joe like that when he was a quote unquote sleepwalking naked in front of his.
What the fuck?
You didn't hear about it?
Nah, what he was doing?
Oh man, so apparently he was quote unquote sleepwalking and was naked and went to his neighbor's house. But this neighbor is a person that he's been having beef with, an issue. And they've filed a complaint against him. And, you know, they have been going back and forth. It's like having a troublesome neighbor. Uh-huh. He was quote unquote sleepwalking and was, you know, fondling his little thing in front of these people's house.
What the fuck?
And the video caught him on camera, like the Ring camera caught him there, naked.
When the fuck this happened?
This happened like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, this is recent.
Yeah, I think it was like either 2, I say max 3 weeks.
I thought you were going to say a couple of years ago.
No, this was recent. This happened this year. I think it happened this year.
Wow.
Or either was like late December. It happened this year.
Always got something going on.
So I'm like,
bro.
You got people who's following this dude and he's doing this type of stupidness. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when I watched the podcast on him explaining it, it was just straight bullshit. It was like a bullshit excuse. You know what I'm saying? And then his co-host on the show didn't press him on it. It's like, okay, y'all just trying to make sure you keep the checks coming in from the podcast because this is y'all job. And I get it. But at the same time, you got to call this motherfucker out. You got to call him out on that.
That is just so crazy.
It's a legit thing. He's actually getting sued for that.
Oh, of course. I would have sued him for $10,000 billion.
You know, so apparently the neighbors were complaining about the noise or whatever, and then they got in a feud, and it kind of kept on going and building up, and then he quote unquote was sleepwalking, which I don't believe. You walk outside butt naked in freezing cold temperatures to your neighbor's house that you have a problem with.
What kind of shit is that, Joe? What are you
And mind you,
on?
he's in New Jersey, so it's not like he's in Las Vegas, Florida, where it's warm. Like, stepping on a cold floor in the morning, that shit wakes you up.
Ooh.
Okay?
Ooh.
That shit will wake you up.
What kind of shit you on, Joe?
But I said all of that to kind of say, like, we keep it real on this podcast, and like I just don't understand why bum people are getting like so much clout.
Wow.
Like you gotta look it
We
up.
keep it real, y'all.
We gotta keep it real. Like I don't know. I guess there is an unspoken rule not to talk about other podcasts, but I'm just look. Even if it is in the future, and I end up on the Joe Biden podcast, I'm still gonna talk shit to his face. Like I don't get.
I'm like, yo, Joe, what the fuck you had going on?
You know what I
back
mean?
there?
Like I'm gonna cut his ass. Like I'm gonna cut him up. Like that's it. Like I'm a Joan on you. I'm gonna press you. It doesn't matter what podcast I ever end up going on. Like I'm gonna say my piece. Free speech. I'm an American citizen. You know what I'm saying? You know. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. This is definitely gonna be a 2-part
a great episode.
A lot that we unpacked. The next episode is gonna be even crazier because who the hell knows what's gonna happen next week? Who knows? But yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Nah, this is a great episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe. You know, let's grow this channel.
Yes. Subscribe. Yeah, so I'm Rich signing out.
D signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Later, y'all.